All right, looking at a few things here. This deferred resignation deal that we've been talking about is a little bit complex. I've been looking at the OPM website, looking a little bit deeper. There's a memorandum that was attached to the website for the deferred resignation program. Kind of gives some additional guidance to leaders of offices or employment categories in what they should do, how to report the numbers. It's, for example, in addition, each week, no later than Friday at 5 p.m. through September 30th of 2025, agencies shall email to tracking@opm.gov the following information: the number of employees who have offered their resignations as part of the deferred resignation program, etc. There's a number of lines of data that they're requesting to that email to track the program's progress. It still looks as if this is its own individual program that is separate from, importantly, an additional program that folks are kind of confusing with what's going on. There are articles released saying that the authority of the government to pay out is restricted to $25,000 total for a program such as this. But that is referring to the existing OPM program of the voluntary separation incentive pay, the VSIP, I think it is. So to me, the way this is laid out and written looks like this is a separate program that would not necessarily be restricted by the voluntary separation incentive pay program. So there's still no decisive language within the new deferred resignation program that says this is above and beyond or different from the voluntary separation incentive program that is already existing, that's been in place for years and has some similar language to the process that the deferred resignation program has. So looking at if it is in fact $25,000 maximum, it is fully 8 months away, and doing some math there, it looks like 25,000 divided by 8 makes 3125. So if your salary is above 3125, it would, if by law is restricted, it would necessarily reduce your pay for that time. I don't think that is a likely thing. So that's a couple more little details here. The tone and the delivery of the article on FedScoop didn't really give a lot of information that bolsters their opinion that the voluntary separation incentive pay program is what's going to constrain this new program. So, but it is casting doubt. And so we'll just wait and see. We've got, another thing, there's a number of users that are looking at, hey, I had a retirement set for just after September, like November of 25 was going to be my retirement time. There is language in this that specifically addresses that, and it says, if you have an employee, all right, will employees who become eligible for normal or early retirement shortly after September 30th, 2025 be permitted to accept deferred resignation without compromising their impending retirement? The answer to this is agencies should review any such requests on a case-by-case basis and may extend a waiver to accommodate reasonable requests. So, to me, the intent is pretty wide open. It's clear. The verbiage on what the intent of this program is pretty open and transparent. A reasonable request, in my opinion, would be probably something within 4 to 6 months to accept an extension or a waiver to allow the normal retirement, because it's in line with the intent, if you know what I'm saying. So Yes, to those of you who are wondering, hey, I'm retiring just after the deadline or the cutoff date, the September 30, 2025. If you want to take the leap of faith, hit respond to the email, hit resign, and then you will be then kind of rolled into the normal documentation process of your agency for retirement. That was the last question on this release here. Was the question is there any additional paperwork needed to resign? The answer is an employee's acceptance of the federal resignation letter will serve as a formal acceptance of the deferred resignation. If the employing agency requests additional documentation, the deferred resignation letter obligates employees to cooperate with their employing agency to complete all reasonable and customary documentation. So expect to go through a relatively standard retirement paperwork process so that you can maintain your retired benefits, if you see what I'm saying. That's the way I read that. So hopefully that answers some questions. I will keep reading. I'll keep looking at our references. If you guys have got some more help you can give me, put in the notes the authority that you could go research with me is 5 U.S. Code 1103 Alpha 1 and Alpha 5. The U.S. Office of Personnel Management guidance should be in there. There's on the OPM website, you can see a couple of other rules, regulations, and laws that are referred to. I won't belabor that here. Anyways, we'll be back at you with some more details as we get them.